Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to my match here on WWE 2K25. This one is a clash from CMLL as Dr. Wagner Jr. takes on Atlantis Jr. Now, this should be an interesting one. Let's have a look at our Wagner. He's had one match so far, which he lost back in 2023, so we've not really had much of a chance to utilise him. So this is pretty good. Again, this is why I like doing these themed weeks, to really get the chance to utilise different people wherever we can. Dr. Wagner Jr., the first time I ever saw him, I believe, was when I was watching Lucha Underground. So it's really cool to... that's interesting. I'll have a look and see if Lucha Underground's on my new thing I've got on my TV next to me. It'd be pretty cool if I can watch back through those. But yeah, Dr. Wagner Jr. is a fantastic competitor and someone who has been going for many years as well, I think. I don't think he's young by any stretch of the imagination. He is 60 years old. Wow. God knows how old Dr. Wagner Sr. is then. So yeah, a real legend of CMLL. Also wrestled AAA as well, so potential to utilise him next week when Worlds collide as well. Championship-wise, yeah, won many championships across CMLL. 4-time tag team champion, 4-time trios champion. CMLL World Heavyweight champion a couple of times as well. So done quite a lot. Also, AAA Mega Champion 3 times. Latin American Championship once as well. Also, one-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion. So really been around the world. And from someone who is a legend to someone who's at the early parts of their career, this is Atlantis Jr., a young lad who is only 27 years of age, obviously trying to fulfill the boots of his father, who of course was a massive legend in CMLL as well. Right, the people that trained him is one hell of a list of people, I tell you. Ultimo Guerrero, Atlantis, Virus, some real legends of Lucha Libre style. And already at this part of his career, at an early stage of 27 years of age, he is a former Trios champion in CMLL. He won the Inter-Faction Tag Team Tournament back in 2023 with Ultimo Guerrero. Former Ring of Honor Television Champion as well. So he's done quite a lot of stuff, and this should be very interesting. Like I said, you've got real youth versus experience here. 60-year-old Dr. Wagner Jr. up against Atlantis Jr. So real difference here. 60 versus 27. I mean, normally when there's a 60-year-old and a 27-year-old and there's a ring involved, it's normally because one of them's a millionaire and the other one's a trophy wife, but there you go. Atlantis Jr. then, so Wagner, one match so far ever. Let me just double check that, because there is 2 Wagners apparently. I know, we've got Von Wagner, okay. Von Wagner and Dr. Wagner Jr. Dr. Wagner Jr., yeah, one match back in 2023, which he lost. Atlantis Jr., he's had a few matches now. He's had 3 matches. 2 in 2024, 1 already in 2025. Currently sits on -1 overall. So far this year, he lost that one singles match, but did gain a point for an elimination in there, which has led him to obviously balance that out. Nice over-the-top attempt there by Wagner. I think he completely messed it up. Atlantis Jr. now cross-body springboard. Wagner Jr. fighting back with the boot right into the side of their head. And now look at Atlantis Jr. rocking those big forearms across the back of the neck of Dr. Wagner Jr. Boot into the back of the leg as well. Atlantis now springing Dr. Wagner Jr. to the outside. Got a few big matches planned in for you today. Of course, this is the first one. Next up, we will have a fatal 4-way elimination match. The Battle of the Warriors, if you will, as we will see Ninja Mac, Templario, Samurai Del Sol, and Vikingo. Underground action later on today, as well as Samoa Joe takes on Tomohiro Ishii. We've got big tag team action as we re-see Erectile Dysfunction. Of course, we made their debut last week as a tag team. Today, they go up against a team of Punkhausen, CM Punk and Danhausen. Mil Mascaras takes on Penta as well in the main event of the day. So yeah, lots of stuff to come. And then, of course, tomorrow, it's got a bit bigger tomorrow now. I've added 1 extra match because of... Well, I've added 2 extra matches tomorrow, actually. It was supposed to be 4 matches tomorrow. It ended up as 5 again. We're going to go with 2 extra matches tomorrow because I've moved one from the pay-per-view, which is going to be... What match was in the pay-per-view? Okay, one match. Oh, no, I moved that match. Okay, I moved one of the matches from the pay-per-view to Sunday during the day. That is LIJ, the team of Roos, Dragon Lee, and Andrade up against Suzuki Gun. And we've added tomorrow then Minoru Suzuki versus John Moxley. We discussed it already about that being an underground #1 contendership match. I think it needs to happen. Both have been so dominant so far. So we're doing that one tomorrow. And then the winner will go on to the pay-per-view to face off against Rezar for that championship, which I think is the right thing to do. I mean, both have been super, super strong. And both, I think, deserve an opportunity to show what they can do. Nope, Lucha Underground is not on my list of things that I can watch on here. The submission now by Atlantis on Dr. Wagner, who is able to break free. There is a documentary from 2016 regarding Lucha Mexico. An exciting look inside the stars of Lucha Libre in Mexico's distinctly colourful brand of professional wrestling. Okay. That's something to watch, I suppose. I have got them on DVD, I believe. God knows where that DVD is now. As Dr. Wagner Jr. rolling up Atlantis, only enough for a 2 count. Nice trip there by Atlantis, taking down Dr. Wagner Jr. And the pace of Atlantis is definitely giving him some sort of advantage in this match. Look at those big strikes, though. Now gets her in the back. Look at the uppercut to the back of their head of Dr. Wagner Jr. And now Atlantis in control. Big, stiff forearm across the face once again. Atlantis now stalking. What is he planning? I think he might have messed this one up, though, because he is in a pretty rough position. Wagner Jr. spinning Atlantis around. There's a strike into the back. And Wagner Jr. is slowly taking more and more control in this one. Bringing Atlantis up in with the Michinoku driver. There's the pin. And oh, that was close to a 3 count. The crowd loving this one now, chanting, "We are not worthy," as Atlantis gets slammed by Dr. Wagner, who is now taking the position. What's he planning here from the top rope? Dives in with some sort of senton. It wasn't very good, though, because he missed, basically, didn't he? Bit embarrassing, but there you go. Nice running drop kick into the face there by Atlantis Jr. in control. And looking to roll Wagner through. Wagner fighting back with a knee right into the face. And now twisting away at the knee as well. Boot again, right away into the knee. And Wagner now in firm control, willing Atlantis Jr. back to his feet. Going to spring him off the ropes. In with a nice hip toss. Knee in the gut by Atlantis, rolling Wagner through once again, in with a pin for the 1, for the 2. It's only a 2 count again. Now for the 1, for the 2, and Wagner stole it. Rolling Atlantis up and getting the victory. Atlantis Jr. then, with that loss, moves down to -2 after 4 matches. And Dr. Wagner Jr. with that victory moves back up to a 0 after 2 matches. So good for him. And like I said, I think it's somebody we should try and utilise next week as well when worlds collide. Dr. Wagner Jr. I'm going to put his name on the list. And we saw a lot of action this one. Atlantis hit some very big manoeuvres, including that, the big Death Valley driver. but it wasn't quite enough. And eventually, it was a cheeky couple of roll-ups that allowed him to steal the victory, because, I mean, this was a great maneuver, but again, only enough for the 2 count. I mean, when you look at it back in the highlights, Dr. Wagner Jr. did input a lot of damage. There was a sit-out Michinoku drive. I thought that was going to be enough as well, to be honest. And then he put him in the position here. We think he was going to go for something pretty big. Ended up going for the senton. It was pretty poor. And there was the little roll through there. Put his entire body weight across the shoulders of Atlantis Jr. And eventually, it was just a bit too much. There we go then. Victory goes to Dr. Wagner Jr. He picks up the point, moves up to a 0 in the rankings. Big jump for him. And like I said, somebody I want to utilise as well next week when Worlds collide. I'm thinking back now, because obviously Lucha Underground was owned by AAA. So the opportunity to utilise a lot of the guys that were on Lucha Underground as well is fantastic. And of course this, I mean, I think a lot of the big Mexican names have probably dabbled between both CMLL and AAA at one point or another. And Dr. Wagner Jr. is one of them. Right, I'm going to love you, leave you then. Good night, God bless. I'm saying thank you very much for watching. That is only match number 1 of the day. To next up, we got the Deadliest Warrior match. Ninja Mac Templario, Samurai Del Sol Vikingo. Underground match later on, Samoa Joe versus Ishii. E-Riptile Dysfunction takes on Punkhausen. Before the main event of the day, Mil Mascaras taking on Penta. Good night.